Welcome into another episode of the Armchair Titans podcast. Good to be with you guys. It is Wednesday, September 19th, which you'll be hearing this the day after. So, Austin Nelson here with my guys, Brett Batchelor, Noah McKay, Trey Watkins, and Elijah will not be joining us again. He is on daddy duty, so we are still thinking about him and the baby. So, this is a podcast brought to you by ArmchairAllAmericans.com and the Armchair Media Network. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, dude? I know we're feeling good after last Sunday. That's true.
Woo!
Yeah.
Feeling good, man.
Yeah,
Now it's Jaguar hate week.
We missed the podcast. Some technical difficulties, so we apologize for that. But we're back. So let's just dive in. We're going to talk about the Texans recap really fast. We'll hit in the Jaguars preview. We will hit on some things that we've seen these past couple days from the game and this upcoming game. So if my voice sounds a little raspy, it's because it is. I was at the Drake concert last night, and I told the guys already, but I saw a few Titans there and shook up with a few of them. I saw Darren Bates, and I told Dan, I walked up to him and I said, Darren, I said, I'm a big fan of yours. And I said, the reason is because every time you're on kickoff, dog, I'm out there doing the fist pump with you when he does the
knocking
heads, the song. So I'm out there doing it with him. He thought that was funny. And so after that, I turned around, and then they all kind of met up together. And it was Bates, and then I saw Cruikshank walking by, and it was weird because I turned around, and he and I just were deadlock in the eyes looking at each other. I said, nice touchdown Sunday. He said, thanks, man. And then I saw Brent Trawick, and who else did I tell you guys? I saw one more person.
Marcus Mariota.
No, he was there, of course. Yeah.
They were hanging out with our guy Nate Bain.
Yeah, Nate was there. I saw Thomas Rhett last night. He was there. He blended in. It was really weird. He was sitting shoulder to shoulder, and somebody said, "Hey, that's Thomas Rhett," and I was like, "Yo, nobody knows that's Thomas Rhett. He just blends in with everybody."
I saw Thomas Rhett at a Post Malone concert. It was the same thing.
Sip, that's who it was. I knew Sip was there too. Yes, I saw Sip. That's who it was. Shook up with Sip for a minute. And, yeah, that was cool. They're all there. Roy Woods, if you guys know who Roy Woods is.
He's on crutches?
No, he was walking around.
Good.
No, he was fine.
Let's bring him back, week 16.
Roy Woods he's an artist that he performed. He opened for Migos and before Migos and Drake, but he's part of OVO. And he came out with Marcus jersey on and Marcus socks, actually.
Nice.
Really? He had Marcus socks.
Drake got himself a Preds jersey last night.
I saw that. I saw the Preds get it to him, so that's pretty dope. But, yeah, all in all, if you guys have not seen Drake, if you're listening to this, go listen to him. Go watch the concert, get tickets because it was fantastic. But
half-court shot last night?
No, dude. Listen, I don't want to talk about that because they picked the worst guy to take the half-court shot. Like they
this whole tour.
They picked. I guess Drake has been like going broke because he actually pays these people. Like he pays them out of his pocket $25,000. So I guess he was like, all right, y'all pick somebody who I know won't make the shot because this guy looked like he was a tech at Dell. Like this guy had no chance of making this shot. He airballed the free throw.
Oh God!
From my angle, it's hard to see, but he looked like he airballed the 3-point shot. But I'll give him this: he barely missed the half-court shot. It hit the front of the rim and came out. So it was super close. Nah, I got to cheer for him. It was Drake. I mean, Drake was nice to him and hooked him up with a shirt or something like that. But it was a good concert all in all. But let's talk about this. Titans won on Sunday. Huge win. We all talked about it. We had to get the win. Again, let's give a rundown. Your left tackle's out. Your right tackle's out. Your quarterback's out.
Your backup tackle.
Your backup tackle. There's another one. Yeah. So it wasn't looking good on offense. But let's hold on. We were not too fond of Mike Vrabel's first coaching game in the NFL week 1. Hats off to him week 2 because he outcoached Bill O'Brien and the Texans. Gabbert played fine. He didn't play great. He didn't play good. He played fine. He did what he had to do. No turnovers. I was wanting to see the Titans pass the ball more, but I kind of realized, well, they don't really need to. They're doing fine with what's going on. I don't think I was telling people this after the game. if the Texans would have scored a touchdown, any other touchdown, I don't think we would have won the game.
Nope.
Defense played solid, played a great game, got to Deshaun Watson a lot from the get-go too. Got a lot of pressure on him from the get-go. Jarrell Casey played awesome.
Jarrell Casey was fantastic.
We'll hit on who here in a second.
99 on our side of the ball played better than the 99 on their side of the ball.
That's very true. I'm with you on that. Yeah, they no sacks for the Titans.
When they had Tyler Mares on them.
Yeah.
Tyler's the one that squared up against JJ and had a day for himself in his first ever start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Sorry, I couldn't believe when it was a great game plan, great execution, and great management as well.
It's honestly, and I've been talking about this all week too, just now talking about it on the air. I think this is honestly the first time I can say this since the Jeff Fisher era, the Titans outcoached their opponent by far.
Oh yeah.
The offense, special teams, head coach, defense, in any part of the game, the Titans by far outcoached the Texans this week.
I'm going to disagree with that. I don't know about the Jeff Fisher era because I was thoroughly impressed with Mike Mularkey 2 years ago against the Packers.
That popped into my head too.
Yeah.
The Titans don't do that to anybody, honestly.
No.
And not in recent memory. So to do that at home against Aaron Rodgers.
I will say this, though. If we have these same guys out in the Mike Mularkey era, we don't win this football game.
No way.
No.
Because here's the reason why not. They would just continue to try to put those players right into the system that was left behind for them. And it's why Mike Mularkey – part of the reason why Mike Mularkey got fired, his inability to be flexible. And Mike Vrabel proved that he could be flexible. He changed the game plan. He knew he couldn't run a normal game plan. He changes it, and then – I mean, it worked brilliantly.
You know what wasn't normal about Sunday? That you saw 5 straight Wildcat plays.
Yeah, that was actually wild.
What?
That was wild. Because
it's 2018 in the NFL. Yeah. You only see that on Madden, guys.
And they got positive yardage on all 5 plays.
It was awesome. It was fantastic.
You could tell it, too, after the third Wildcat play when Derek went back there again. The whole stadium then started to realize that they're like, okay, well, something's going on here that's not normal.
Yeah. I saw a GIF today. Y'all say GIF or y'all say GIF?
GIF.
I say GIF too.
It's
thank you. Kevin Ingram on 104.5 The Zone says GIF, and I want to smack – or it might be BK Kowarski might say it. I don't know who says it.
He is also a Yankees fan, and Kevin Ingram is a Reds fan. So
yeah, so –
sorry, Trey.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll hold that for Trey. But the Yankees did beat the Sox tonight, so I'll give you that. How many games back are y'all still, Trey?
9.5, sir.
Okay. It is what it is. Something else that I want to hit on, too, just a couple notes that I had. I mean, we could talk about the game changer was the fake punt.
Yeah.
First of all, I found out my tickets because I won the Hall of Fame thing. If you guys remember, right. I'm up in 321.
Dude, you're right down the.
You're 2 away from me.
I'm up in 321. So that's where I'm at. And then so I had a great view. Obviously, it wasn't hard to see. But as soon as they got in the formation, I told my buddy Kyle, I said, "There's nobody on the Gunners. What's going on?" I was like, "Oh, there's nobody on the Gunners. Like they're gonna get to the punt returner back there fast." And as soon as the ball snapped, I saw Kevin catch it and threw it to Kruk. And I mean, it was a great play by Vrabel. Yeah. Great call. And as you saw, just see the mic'd up thing that came out today.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that he was just kind of unsure about it. Why not? Sure.
Well, let's try it.
Let's try it.
It's kind of like what he said after. I loved what he said after, or I guess it was probably Monday. He goes, "It's easy. It's easy to call that play. It's hard to execute that play." And I think that's another reason why these players seem to really like him, because he goes, "It's hard to go out there and execute. It's hard for Kevin to take that snap, make the throw, Cruikshank to take the pass, and take it all the way for a touchdown. It's easy to call the play."
Too. The throw couldn't have been any better, honestly.
Right.
And apparently in practice all week, Byard couldn't hit the throw.
That's what I said. Logan Ryan said that play almost got scrapped because Kevin made horrible throws all week. He said that was the first good throw Kevin made on the play the whole time.
I remember he said that.
It works.
Perfect game time.
Something else I wrote down was Adoree Jackson, first interception of his career.
Dude, that was
Great play. I don't think anybody really knew what happened, so he took off with it.
That was a really, really good play.
Nice.
Because I know
what happened was. Sorry, Dre. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Okay. It was a really, really great play because I know it was in double coverage, but usually when you see DeAndre Hopkins go for those balls, he just snags it and it's a touchdown. There's nothing you can do about it. Adoree Jackson out-muscled. I don't want to say out-muscled, but he outplayed DeAndre Hopkins on that ball.
Well,
and
he had help from KB too, though.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: that throw was just another example of our lovely little division rival.
I agree.
John Watson getting exposed a little bit. There's all this hype around him, and the first 2 weeks of the season, like I think most of us said, he hasn't backed it up at all. And that was throws. His stats got padded a little bit because he gets to run around for 13 minutes in the backfield before finding a guy. You can only guard DeAndre Hopkins for so long running down the field. Mm-hmm. But it was another example of him making a bad decision. When he gets into a little bit of trouble, he chucks it up into the end zone. He did the same thing week 1 against the Patriots. He threw it in double coverage. They picked him off, and then Adoree Jackson picked him off. You find it at secondaries against the Titans. You cannot make that throw.
I seriously thought that that DeAndre caught that, though, because that was right there in my corner, right there in front of me. And when the ball came down, I was like, well, dang, dude, that sucks. It's just a good throw. And then I see Adoree run off the sideline with the ball in his hands.
Yeah. The first of many more, hopefully, for Adoree Jackson.
Sure.
Something else. Do what?
All we need now is Adoree to score a touchdown.
Or on a punt return, kick return, or something. My gosh.
Darius Jennings already has one, so I mean.
True.
I like Darius Jennings a lot, by the way.
I agree. Nothing wrong with that at all. Last thing that I wrote down about the game, Corey Davis just coming out of his shell, guys.
Corey Davis.
He's not. We can't say that yet when he hadn't scored yet. I'm not comfortable with that just yet.
I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens.
I like that though. That's actually very good, Noah. I'm a fan of that. We'll start using that on Twitter. Corey Davis. I'm cool. So on the season, 11 catches for 117 yards. Not bad. I mean, it's not bad at all for 2 games.
He had 7 targets in this game.
And I think the guy who he stiff-armed on that play is still crawling out of the mantle of the earth.
I think so.
Yeah, that was huge. That was awesome.
So amazing stiff arm. So
better stiff arm, Marcus or Corey?
Marcus, because of the implications.
Yeah, we're gonna say Marcus, but honestly, I'd go with Corey's. That was dirty, dude.
Corey's was more aggressive and probably the better technique, but if you put into the fact that stiff arm secured the playoffs for the Titans,
yeah, of course. I don't know.
It changes it.
Stiff arm alone, Corey's implications.
Corey put the man in the dirt, literally.
Yeah, that was nasty. So yeah, that was. I mean, all in all, solid game for the Titans. It was a must-needed win. A great, last-minute drive to go down the field to my end zone, and that was awesome. Now we move on to Duval and the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. So a couple things that are going on right now for the Titans. Lawan practiced on Wednesday. Conklin practiced on Wednesday. Marcus was limited on Wednesday. We'll see. I think Lawan plays. I don't know. I didn't hear much about Dennis Kelly on Wednesday.
Vrabel said he was back in the building.
Okay.
He was out of the hospital, but he wasn't back in the building.
I got you.
Marcus did throw in the open portion of practice.
But Marcus still doesn't have really the feeling in 2 of his fingers.
They said his velocity didn't look too good either.
Yeah. The thing with Marcus is, though, guys, everything I'm seeing is like tomorrow he could wake up and be fine. Or it could be 3 more weeks.
Which is really, really frustrating. That's what makes
the way that Vrabel has been able to, the way that he's played out injuries so far, I'm just going to go ahead and say that we're not going to see Marcus on Sunday unless something changes tomorrow for the next 2 days. I don't think.
Here's why I hesitate with that, Brett. Because Marcus said that he was close to playing last Sunday. Yeah. And he also said that he was feeling better today, and he's wearing a different style glove in practice today than he was before. I think right now, like if the game was Thursday Night Football, I think Gabbert starts. But I'm not confident in saying either one of them start right now.
My thing is, though, is like, so I think it's going to be the same game plan as last week. This is where Blaine's going to come in. And I think that if Marcus needed to play last week, he could have. And I obviously I don't know this 100%, but it seemed like the game plan was we're going to ride with Blaine, and if he's not doing it, we're going to put Marcus in there because we know Marcus knows the offense. And if Blaine's not doing well, we know we can switch to Marcus even though he's not 100%. And I think that's the same thing they're going to ride with this Sunday. And this week's a better defense too, so I really don't know.
I have a question for you guys, and I've been thinking about it. Think back to last week's game. Was there any throw that Blaine Gabbert made that if Marcus's problem, right, is he can't push the ball down the field with a lot of velocity? Were there any throws that Blaine made last week that Marcus couldn't have made? I mean, he didn't throw it down the field.
There wasn't a ball. There wasn't a pass over 20 yards, if that.
So I'm like, if Marcus Mariota's arm is that shot where he can't make that throw, why is he active? Sign a new quarterback and get a backup.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at with that. So if he's good enough to do that, why are you going to implement the game plan the same way and just let Marcus run the offense? Because you're going to add his threat of legs, and I think we all trust Marcus more than Blaine. Although I'll say this right now, Blaine Gabbert. Thank God that it's Blaine Gabbert and not Matt Castle, because Blaine Gabbert can win football games. He 100% is capable of winning football games. He's the same Blaine Gabbert that beat Jacksonville last year with Arizona, with the worst Arizona team.
That is
that's an important thing. The Titans roster is way better than Arizona's roster is, and he beat the Jaguars last year.
Yeah. I think that time though, the Cardinals gave him more freedom in that whole offense because that Jacksonville game was so late in the season. Cardinals' season was lost, so I think he just had a lot more freedom in that offense to, do whatever.
I don't know, man. The thing I have, Blaine Gabbert is capable of running an offense the same way of running a Matt LaFleur offense, because a Matt LaFleur offense isn't really airing it down the field. So I don't. And then another thing that I don't think a lot of people consider when they look back at Gabbert's career and they see like the win-loss record, he's had awful teams around him. I mean, really bad. I'm not saying by any stretch that, Gabbert's this great quarterback, but he's had really bad teams. He had just dumpster fires in Jacksonville. He went to San Francisco after they had gotten rid of everybody. And then he was in Arizona last year where, nothing was going on.
They knew Bruce Arians was leaving.
So he hasn't had a chance with any sort of weapons to do anything. Mm-hmm. He has weapons now if he's running an offense with the Titans. So I think that people blow off Blaine Gabbert, although he has won games, and he's won games with really bad teams.
I think the thing with him is it's his decision-making, because there would be times where I remember I was watching the Miami game, and he would make a couple head-scratching throws that would just frustrate me, because in all honesty, that Miami game was frustrating everybody, which made me even more frustrated. But it's all about his decision-making.
Trey, who else?
Into a little bit of trouble with the throws.
That sounds like the exact description
of a backup
that we give Marcus Mariota.
That's
the exact. It's very similar. He's a really good in decision. I mean, once a game, he's throwing something way over somebody's head. And I'm not saying that Gabbert's better than Mariota, but it's the same thing we talked about with Marcus.
I don't think that's really fair though, because when we're watching Marcus, when Marcus is on, we all know what happened. What we see when Marcus is on, that man's dotting passes down the field. He's throwing no-look passes, and he's looking like a daggone magician. With Gabbert, with Gabbert, I mean, you don't know what you're going to get each Sunday. So I think that's sort of the similarities between those two. But I don't think it's fair to compare. I don't think it's fair to compare that type of description to Marcus, honestly, in my opinion.
Regardless, you want Marcus to play. And
yes.
I don't care. I don't care what I don't care if he's healthy or not. I want him to play.
I'll tell you what, though.
Go out there.
The game plan, the Jags this week. Look, if I am the defensive coordinator in Jacksonville this week, I bring my safeties up and I put everybody in the middle of the field, because that's the only thing we did last week. And look, I did not have a problem with the offense last week. I know they went stagnant for about 2 quarters. But still, the play calls, I mean, they weren't – it's not like – I never sat around and it was like, what in the world are we doing? I never once did that. So I think –
the Titans had 8 total yards in the third quarter.
I know. I understand that. But I still never sat there and was like, you know what? This is just – I don't get this. Because what we were doing for the most part of the game was working.
No, I was agreeing with you. We had 8 total yards in the third quarter. That was awful.
Here's the thing, though. I think if the Jags do that and they put – 11 guys in the box or however many guys, I think that Gabbert can find Corey Davis over the top or Taywan Taylor deep. I really do. I think he's fully capable. If you're going to dare him to do it, I think he could do it.
Listen, Sunday is exactly why Matt LaFleur is with the Titans now for this team right here. It's for this team. It's not for anybody else on the schedule. It's for this team right here. You cannot get out of your division without beating this team. They are either the top dogs, I'd say, in the AFC right now.
Yeah. Right now they are probably
they just beat the top dogs.
Okay, hang on then. Were the Chiefs the top dogs in the AFC last year when they beat the Patriots in Week 1?
This team
the Patriots treat the first 4 games of the season like a preseason. They
showed me. Okay, I'll agree with that.
Every year they lose a head-scratching game in the first few weeks of the season.
We all know Jacksonville should have won that game last year in the championship game, AFC Championship. Jacksonville should have been the Super Bowl.
Here's my problem with the Jacksonville hype right now. If the Titans win this game on Sunday, when and if the Titans win this game on Sunday, the talk's not going to be all of a sudden, are the Titans one of the contenders in the AFC? It's going to be we overhype the Jags.
No, I completely agree, but still, right now,
this hype train is insane to me.
Nah, dude, the Jags roster is so deep. The Jags are legit.
I think the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC right now.
Give me Jacksonville over them.
Their defense sucks. Their defense sucks.
Can't do anything. And Blake
can score 100 points.
Bortles is slowly becoming a changed man. Look, I've been at the top of the list to joke on Blake Bortles for forever. But look, I don't care. If you throw for over 350 yards against Jacksonville or against New England, you're doing something right. I don't care.
The Patriots' defense is not good.
I still have faith. I don't have any faith.
The Titans' defense is better than the Patriots.
Now it's just you're plugging in consistent. You're plugging in different type guys and hoping that it fits because you're coaching or whatever. That's what the Patriots' defense is.
I fully expect the Titans to. So the Patriots last week said, "We dare you to beat us over the top, Blake Bortles." If Blake Bortles tries to beat the Titans secondary over the top, Kevin Byard is going to love Sunday's game because the Patriots do not have a Kevin Byard. I'm sorry, Devin McCourty. Kevin Byard's better than him as a safety, and Vaccaro on the other side is better than whoever the Patriots have on their strong safety. So, and every corner on the Titans is better than the corners on the Patriots. If the Titans have a similar game plan, it's not going to go as well for Blake Bortles. Because they were consistently getting behind. And it's not like this receiving core in Jacksonville is just something that has you shaking in your boots. If they try that same game plan, it's not going to work out as well against the Titans secondary.
I think what that whole offense has done, what that whole offense did really well against the Patriots was they ran the ball really, really well. And they got a lot of short passes and a lot of play action going. And a lot of passes going out to their backs, which we all know the Patriots linebackers are not fast at all and aren't suitable to, cover shifty running backs coming out the backfield. So I'm not necessarily going to say that we have the personnel to do that, but we have the personnel to put maybe 5 or 6 guys in the box and just stuff the run all day long. So that's really what I could really see happening. So.
And here's another key of this game for me, guys. Harold Landry. Because Harold Landry was in the backfield consistently on Sunday against the Texans, and Deshaun Watson was getting away. Blake Bortles is not fast enough to get away like Deshaun Watson.
I was getting that next. His impact Sunday was incredible from the get-go, from the jump. You need to see him out there. Now the Jaguars are without Cam Robinson. They're starting left tackle for the year towards ACL on Sunday. So they'll have a backup left tackle. And so that gives all the pass rushers a chance now to build off of what they did last week because they didn't get to Deshaun Watson every play, but they disrupted that offense quite a bit. So I'm with you that bend, and dude, Harold looked great on Sunday.
Yeah,
I watched him a lot, and so he was fun to watch. Something else that I wanted to get at was the kind of a couple matchups on Sunday that I think that can kind of tell the game, and it's with the pass rushers now. I wouldn't say it's a great Jacksonville line, but it's a decent Jacksonville line. So if you can get to Bortles a lot, disrupt him, because listen, Keelan Cole is getting a lot of love right now from the media. I am still not sold on these Jags receivers, dude. Nope. You got D.D. Westbrook, Keelan Cole. And I am lost after that. I'm serious. I could not name you anybody else, and I probably should have done my homework. But it's the fact of the matter that there's nobody on that team that scares you.
Yep.
So when you have a quarterback like Blake Bortles, who has
offense, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Um,
Yeah, go ahead.
what do you think I was talking about?
You said no
defense.
team that scares you. I was like, look at their whole defense. But you're talking solely
No,
offense.
on offense.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Blake Bortles is still so inconsistent to me. He can have that 350 game against the Patriots and beat them, look great, come back the next week and throw for 180 and 2 picks against the
He threw
Titans.
for 83 against the Bills in the playoffs last year.
It happens. I mean, that game was awful.
Bro,
Oh, my God, I forgot all about that. But Fournette has been out. He didn't play last week with a hamstring injury. So he'll come back this week, most likely, from what I've been reading. He'll play this week. Apparently, from what it works in the Titans' favor to have Fournette back because he's not played great against us or a lot of teams. So
and it makes their offense so much more predictable.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
they can rely on him. And that's huge.
Absolutely. Another thing too, I wrote down some stats. The Titans' run game has been run defense has been awful through 2 games so far.
Yeah.
They're giving up 134 yards a game, which is 26th in the league right now, guys. That's awful. That's so bad compared to Jacksonville's not much better. They're 16th in the league, right there in the middle of the pack. Jacksonville's they're all in the middle of the road from all the stats. Nothing too crazy, but the Titans are the bottom of the tier, 25, 15, 22, 25, 20, 26, 26. That's all the numbers that are important, the passing yards on offense and defense. So this is a game that could, if it works in your favor, could boost these stats up and make you a more legit team down the road for, the Eagles coming up. Then you have the Ravens.
And the Patriots.
It's a lot. There's teams down the road.
With those stats, honestly, with the gauntlet that you just talked about is coming up, Jacksonville, Philly, the Ravens are on there, although they just looked bad last week. The Chargers are on there. Mm-hmm. If they're the bottom of the pack in stats, but they're winning games, I do not care.
No, I'm with you there. I completely agree. But you're not going to win a lot of games being last in the league in those stats, being the bottom 2 of those stats.
No, but you can win a lot of games winning 20-17 every week.
It's good, but that's not going to happen every week, though. Noah, you know this.
But when you play a team like Jacksonville, a 20-17 game is what you're looking at. That's what
not really, not necessarily.
I think so.
The Titans won 34-13 last year.
38.
30. Yeah, it's something crazy. And then 15-10, which was the coldest game in freaking Nissan Stadium history.
Yeah, it's up there.
No, it was like I remember reading that. It was
so
crazy. That game was.
I'm just saying, like these stats will come back to bite the Titans, regardless. Because first 2 weeks now, you made Kenyon Drake and Frank Gore. Not to mention Frank Gore, and then Lamar Miller looked like geniuses out there.
Yeah.
So, Lamar Miller got me 12 fantasy points last week, and I never thought that would happen. So
I had Will on my bench, but I won, so it's okay.
The last thing I want to hit on for the Jacksonville game was the matchup between the Titans wide receivers and the Jacksonville secondary. Specifically, Corey Davis and Jalen Ramsey, because you're going to see that a lot, I think. If it's not him, it'll be Boye. But Corey Davis has not played the Jaguars yet, Last year, first game, he didn't play in Jacksonville. Second game, he only had 2 targets. So he hadn't played at all, really, against Jacksonville or against Jalen Ramsey. So this is a really first true test, Trey?
That's that first game against the Jags last year. He did play. He had a catch, but he left the game or like in the fourth quarter with that hamstring injury.
Oh, the stat I saw off his stats, it said DNP, did not play.
Well, I remember him playing that game, but go ahead, my bad.
You might be right. Hell, I don't know. I could have looked at a different game. I don't know. Regardless, though, whoever's playing quarterback tonight for the Titans will have to find a way to get these receivers the ball.
Yeah.
I know you talk about Corey Davis versus Boye or Ramsey. Honestly, that third wide receiver, whether it's Sharp, Taywan Taylor, or even Rashard Matthews at times, is so huge because you're not going against one of those guys. And it's the same reason Taywan Taylor had the huge catch last year, if you guys remember that. Yep. The diving catch in Jacksonville. That third wide receiver has to step up because he doesn't have that gauntlet matchup that the others do.
By the way, having Taywan Taylor in the screen on the touchdown he scored last week. That was awesome. Put him in a system like that.
I kind of felt bad for Rashard Matthews last week, man.
I do too.
He didn't get any catches. Did he catch the
I'm
ball?
afraid.
He catches for 8 yards with the official stat was.
Oh God!
I'm afraid he's getting buried on this damn show.
Stadium.
I
think that's.
No, go ahead, Trey.
I think that's just a result of him back in still because he only played. I don't know if he played any snaps in that preseason game just to get his feet wet, but
no.
he missed all the training camp, missed OTAs, missed mini camp.
Yeah, I'm with you, Trey. No, yeah, I wouldn't say buried yet. He's not getting buried just yet.
No.
It's going to take some time. It's going to take the entire offense. It's going to take a few weeks to get gelled and actually know the identity of the Titans offense. We're still kind of learning it because there's new plays. I would have never guessed ever we saw 5 straight Wildcat plays with Derrick Henry. It was awesome. I love watching it.
I don't think that they expected that to happen.
No, I don't either, but it worked. And I think they should use it more often. Maybe with Deion Lewis, I think, a little bit more.
Derrick did a good
when Marcus comes back, putting him as a wide receiver, you suddenly have a threat.
Yeah. For real.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know who can get him the ball out there, but
Kevin Byard.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see that too often.
Mike Vrabel said that Darius Jennings is the emergency quarterback. So
I saw that. It's true. It could happen. It could happen. We'll finish up with these couple things. We got a prediction. You might want to do a prediction for Sunday?
The Titans game, or are we doing our lock of the week?
We'll do Titans game first.
Oh, good night, bro. You putting us on the spot.
You don't have to. Hey, I told y'all this before. I hate giving predictions.
No. We're 1-0. We're 1-0 without doing predictions. Let's stay away from it.
We could do a bold prediction for the game without doing it.
No, of course. We'll get that in a minute too. All right. Yeah. We're all going to say obviously Titans win, but I was going to see if anybody would do a score. Trey, you can do some crazy 44-12. Anything crazy? All right. So we introduced it last week on the podcast, but again, like I said, it didn't get published out for technical difficulty reasons. Lock of the week. It's just one team throughout the NFL. It could be the Titans. It could be whoever you want it to be. And you are that confident in them to win on Sunday. So I'll start. I looked at all the games, and I could have picked an easy one, like the Vikings over the Bills. I'll stay away from that because I think the Vikings win a lot of games this year. So I'll pick somebody who I think gets it done on Sunday. And this might be a surprise to you guys, but I still have faith in Cam Newton. And so I'm going with the Panthers over the Bengals. On Sunday.
This all one. Trey's already smiling and clapping his hands, so I want to see what he says.
Well, I'm gonna branch over to the game that's starting over tomorrow.
Yeah, I knew it.
My God!
Go, Trey. Say it, Trey.
We're gonna have Sam Darnold and the Jets versus Tyrod Taylor and the Cleveland Browns, and the Browns were so close to winning, and they did their thing. They did their thing.
You sound like such a cheerleader. Just pick them.
They did their thing, but I'm gonna pick the Browns to win tomorrow.
Give us a score, Trey.
Locking the Browns, man.
Score.
And gonna have a field day with those beers coming out them Bud Light containers. That's locked until they get a win, but I have the Browns winning tomorrow night.
What's your score prediction?
My score prediction, I think it'll be an ugly game, so I'm gonna say 16-10.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say like 11-4 or something like that.
All right, no, you're up.
Give me the reigning defending Super Bowl champion Eagles against Indy every day of the week. Indy, Philly wins.
I like it. I'm with that.
I was with you, Austin. I could easily pick Minnesota, but I'm not gonna do that. Of course, Patrick Mahomes is balling right now. Kansas City is at home against San Francisco. San Francisco's not playing their best football. Give me Mahomes and the Chiefs over the 49ers.
All right, so we got Panthers, Browns, Eagles, Chiefs.
Correct.
I like it.
This is good.
I'm with you because we're all kind of same picks last week. I will say this, that Trey last week chose the Browns over the Saints in a field day, like 40. Would you say 42-28 or something?
It was something like that because I thought the Saints defense would cave, but Hugh Jackson.
That's why you saw a Browns fan punching himself inside the Superdome last week. I saw that video.
No. All right. Last but not least, bold prediction for the Titans on Sunday. You can do a team. You can do a player. Whatever you want to do. Noah, you start, man.
Oh God. Bold prediction. I don't know if this is bold. Both Blaine Gabbert and Marcus Mariota see the field, and Mariota. Or let me put it this way: Corey Davis gets his first touchdown as a Titan.
Man,
in the regular season.
you don't take my
In the regular season.
Go ahead,
Great.
Brett.
I'm gonna go Ryan Suckup 4 for 4 on field goals.
Ooh, I like it. For the
Well, he's
brand.
automatic.
For the
So
brand.
Try your up.
I'm gonna say Kevin Byard gets his first pick of the year.
All right, and then mine was with Noah too. I said Corey Davis touchdown on Jalen Ramsey.
In the corner of the end zone?
Nah, just whatever. Corner. He did a quick slant.
Put him up.
Boston.
Okay, I like that.
Quick slant.
I want to see Corey go up the ladder and grab it.
Yeah, it'd be nice too.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't know, man, but I love Jalen. Jalen's my guy right here in Smyrna, Tennessee. So I got nothing but love for Jalen. Nothing but love for Jalen.
This one.
As always, have y'all been using my bookie at all?
Of course.
Yeah.
every day.
So if y'all aren't using MyBookie, which you should be, make sure you guys go to mybookie.com. Use the promo code Titans25. That's Titans25. And the reason it's Titans25 is our promo code just for you. You go to mybookie.com. You bet $100. You put $100 in. You can put $50 in, whatever you want to do. MyBookie is going to match you what you put in plus 25 more dollars. So if you put $100 in, they're going to give you $125 free dollars to use. There's not a better deal out there. I promise you that. I bet every week. You got to do it. I did it just for this reason alone. So make sure you're using MyBookie. Use the promo code Titans25. You play, you win, you get paid. MyBookie. Use it. Guys, other than that, tighten up. You got to get a win on Sunday, 12 o'clock noon, CBS, Titans, Jags. It's going down.
Let's do it. Tighten up.
Go
Tighten
Vols.
up, go Vols.
Tighten up.
Tighten up, go Vols, man.